If you had asked anyone in the city, they would have told you I had the perfect life. I was 32, the youngest self-made CEO in the tech industry, and married to Julian, a man from one of the oldest, wealthiest families in the state. I spent 10 years pouring my blood, sweat, and tears into building my empire and bailing his family's failing conglomerate out of debt. I gave them everything. I gave him everything. But perfection is an illusion. A month after our 4th anniversary, I collapsed in the boardroom. The diagnosis was sudden, aggressive, and terminal. The doctors gave me a few weeks, maybe a month if I was lucky. As I lay in that cold, sterile hospital bed, my body failing me day by day, my only comfort was supposed to be the man I loved. One evening, I woke up feeling slightly stronger. I wanted to surprise Julian, who had been sitting by my bed for days. But as I pushed my wheelchair toward the hallway, I heard voices. Peering through the crack in the door, I saw my husband and Claire. My best friend since college, my maid of honor. How much longer, baby? I hate acting sad around her. Just a few more days. The doctor said she's crashing fast. Once she's gone, the company, the house, the trust funds, it all defaults to me. Then we can finally be together. We won't have to hide anymore. I always hated how she looked down on us like she was so much better just because she made her own money. Let's make sure she doesn't suffer too long. I couldn't breathe, not from the illness, but from the realization that my entire life had been a lie. They had been draining my accounts, moving my assets, and waiting for me to die. And when nature didn't work fast enough, Julian decided to help it along. I'm sorry, Olivia, but I just can't wait a whole month. Sleep well. The alarm started blaring, but he had locked the door. I watched his cold, dead eyes as my vision faded to black. That was the end of Olivia, the CEO. What is this? I'm alive? But how? I expected to wake up in heaven or hell. Instead, I woke up in my own bed. I looked at the date. It wasn't a dream. It was exactly 5 years ago. 2 years before I ever married Julian. 1 year before I hired Claire at my company. Fate, or maybe karma, had given me a second chance. I didn't waste a single moment crying. They wanted my money. They wanted to destroy me, fine. But in this life, I hold all the cards. I was going to make sure they got exactly what they thought they wanted and let them destroy each other in the process. I knew everything that was going to happen. Over the next 2 years, I aggressively expanded my company just like before, but this time, I built a firewall around my assets. I set up hidden trust accounts, offshore shell companies, and impenetrable legal structures. On paper, my wealth was tied directly to a massive, toxic debt bubble I was carefully inflating under the name of Julian's family conglomerate. Julian, I want you to meet someone. This is my dearest friend, Claire. Claire, this is Julian, the man I've been telling you about. Oh, really? It's a true pleasure to meet you, Julian. I've heard so much about you. The pleasure's entirely mine, Claire. To catch 2 rats, you just need to put them in the same cage with a piece of cheese. I introduced them. And exactly as I predicted, Claire couldn't stand the idea of me marrying into old money. Her jealousy took over immediately. I can't stop thinking about you, Claire. Olivia is so obsessed with her work. She's nothing compared to you. Then leave her. Be with me. We can take over her shares in the company together. I played the fool. Let them sneak around. Let them think they were outsmarting the brilliant CEO. But every stolen kiss, every whispered plot, every illegal fund transfer they attempted, I documented it all. I was building a nuclear bomb, and they were handing me the launch codes. Julian, I'm overwhelmed. The company's growing too fast. I think I need to step back. I want to transfer the primary holding company along with all its assets into your name before the wedding. I want us to be true partners. Olivia, are you sure? I would be honored to take the burden off your shoulders, darling. Greed makes people blind. They didn't bother to read the 400-page addendum. They didn't realize that the holding company they were drooling over had been heavily leveraged to buy out the toxic debt of Julian's own family business. By signing those papers, Julian didn't just inherit my company. He personally guaranteed over $500 million in failing loans. Do you, Julian, take Claire to be your lawfully wedded wife? 2 weeks before my tragic accident was supposed to happen, I dumped Julian. I made a huge public scene, feigning a broken heart, leaving him free to immediately propose to Claire. I let them have the wedding of the century. They thought they had won. They thought they were the new king and queen of the city. They were barely back from their honeymoon in the Maldives when the fuse I lit finally reached the powder keg. Julian Mercer, you are under arrest for massive corporate fraud, embezzlement, and tax evasion. What is going on? Julian, tell them to stop. You told me we had hundreds of millions. Shut up, Claire. I don't know what's happening. The holding company is bankrupt. We have nothing. It's all gone. You lied to me. You dragged me into this. You ruined my life. Stripped of the money they murdered me for, their true love evaporated instantly. They turned on each other like rabid dogs, each trying to trade the other for a reduced sentence. Olivia, please, you have to help me. I know you set this up. You knew about the debts. Please, I was your fiancé. The doctor said you'd have a lifetime in here. I just couldn't wait that long to see it. What? Wait, Olivia. Julian and Claire are serving 20 years in maximum security. They have nothing. They are nothing. And they will die with nothing. As for me, they say karma is a mirror. I say karma is a second chance. And my second life, it is absolutely perfect.